Alrighty, welcome everybody to the Outlet Showcase. Tonight we have a wonderful set of matches. I am joining here today by Tyler. Introduce yourself, Tyler.
Welcome everybody. It is good to be back in Owlet for season 2. Season 1 seems like so far in the past now. It ended up ending in September, and now we're in December. But season 2 is upon us, so I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, definitely. In regards of like what we will be seeing today, we will be showcasing minors players. So coaches that are participating for minors, definitely look up a lot of new faces for me, especially not a lot of players that I've seen from season 1. So glad to see that the community is growing and more players are getting involved with this tournament scene.
Yeah, definitely. These players are going to be averaging about 2100 SR on each team. Definitely there's some variation in either direction, but that's about the average for each team. So 2100 is what you're looking at. But they're definitely here to show off their skills and what they've learned and why they should be on your team going forward.
Yes, sir. And it looks like we will be starting here in Lijiang.
Yeah, and on this first map, you definitely can promote a bunch of different compositions. Namely, you can run afar on this map and get away with it because of the long tower in the middle as good high ground cover. You can also run a Widowmaker. It does look like red team is going to be pulling out maybe a Afara Tracer dive, but both teams will probably be running the dive composition because it's incredibly strong to cover those long distances and take control of these open spaces.
Yes, very true, very true. And of course, as somebody who can speak from previous experience, Farah is kind of annoying in this map, especially when you're going through these bridges, because she can just like instantly boop you and that's it. It's just like first team
absolutely. Yeah, that's all on your diva to come through and eat that boop before it happens. Otherwise, kiss your team goodbye, unfortunately. But
it looks like right now, for the Farah players, it looks like we will be having Agathon for Team F and Ronaldo for Team E. Looks like Brave PLM will be going for this Doofus, so that's a little bit of difference. And looks like instead of having a Lucio for Team E, we're going to be having an Ana. So let's see what happens when.
Yeah, that Nano Boost could come in clutch. Team Red trying to bring out that Tracer. We'll see if Team Blue responds with Brave or they let Dragoon just run away on this Tracer, but we'll definitely see what happens. Both Farahs just kind of dueling it out right now, getting some spam damage in immediately.
Yeah, right now you're definitely seeing how Thunderbolt's Lucio is going in. Looks like right now Red PLM is going straight for the backline. Doesn't get much right now. Monorail, though, is taking a lot of damage and does fall down to Agathon right now. So it looks like Team E has to scatter a little bit, and they're getting completely cleaned up right now. It's just both supports Raven, and Bolt just goes down, and Petticoat Pirate trying to fly away as much as possible, trying to not get the mech, and I believe, yeah, he manages to get away. But that's going to be really capture for Team F.
Yeah. The Lucio speed boost was so pivotal in Team Red taking over the point immediately and putting Team Blue in a backwards pedal position. That Lucio speed boost is very underrated, but also super important to win these fights and putting their team in a bad position and making them make bad decisions.
Yes, very true, very true. But looks like right now it's going to be a really nice pickup by Ronaldo, taking out Fiskar really early in the fight. So right now TV has an advantage, but Agathon gets one back. So it's kind of even right now in regards to fighting. But in comes Brave PLM trying to go for the backline once again, but does fall down to Dragoon. And it looks like a little bit of a messy brawl. But I do believe right now both teams is like thrown up in the air.
Absolutely, just definitely a brawl right here. It seems like Team Blue doesn't know if they want to commit to this fight or not. The supports are thinking maybe we should commit, but there's not really enough damage or tank line to help them out.
Yeah, definitely. Right now you're starting to see right now Student like just like fell down right there, and you see Ronaldo just trying to get away. Raven Pulse falls down to Dragoon, and meanwhile all this is happening. Team Red is already really high in regards to the old economy. They have every gold from minute 13.
However, going to this next fight, Monorail can get that nano boost from Student Ally, and there's no really defensive ult to stop that. So if they go fast, they will have a clean fight. But if they're too slow, Thunderbolt will have that Lucio beat online. So definitely have to be worried about that, how fast they take this fight.
And looks like Petticoat Pirate had an unfortunate moment right there where he just like falls down. But looks like a D-Bomb is gonna be coming out instead, and it does get
oh my god!
Agathon bring out the Bear Barrage, a little bit of a BM in my opinion, but set up with the amazing Deal Bomb right there, getting 4 ready, and there's only 15% more until the map is completely taken over.
Yeah, you would think it'd be an overcommitment of ults, but they only use 2, and they still have the Lucio Beat Mercy ultimate and the Primal Rage to stay in this next fight, so they have a lot to work with, even though they commit 2 ults to that fight.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to be looking at Ronaldo, what he does to do with this gameplay. He does have the Fair Barrage in guard, he's gonna be going in point, he's gonna be using it right now, trying to get out Dragoon's just out, in comes the beat, Ronaldo does come down, but he does get 3 with that. So right now we're going to see if Team F do enough to stay alive in this fight. It looks like right now Paper Monk is really low, almost about to fall, but manages to stay alive. And Nano Boost comes in into Monorail. Monorail does come ready. In comes the Diva Bomb from the side of Petticoat Pirate. Doesn't get anything right now, but Paper Monk does go down. It looks like right now it's just like Tiskahar going with the Valkyrie, doing as much as she can possibly. It looks like I think it's going to be blue team pinning up these fights, but oh, never mind. Looks like right now Dragon comes back, and Anti-Nate into set is actually going to be really bad for him. He does get demeched, and it's just like, as I said, just clean up as noted.
Exactly. Blue team recognizing that was a last fight situation. If they lost that fight, they would be out of this point, committing all of their ultimates just to keep the point. They do have the Dragon Blade online still, along with the Primal Ridge, so they have some things to work with. Seems like a composition change coming out from the red team with Moira Lucia as their support line instead. I'm not a fan of the Moira with the dive tank because the Moira lacks the mobility to heal from far away, so if Monkey goes too deep, she won't get enough heal.
Very true, but in the fight's going to be starting off with Paper Monk actually going out and taking a Brave PLM, and that's actually pretty important because he did have the Dragon Raid, and Monorail actually falling with Primal Rage. This is not looking good right now for TV, and they're doing everything impossible right now, and it looks like Agathon's going to get the D-Make onto right now Petticoat Pirate, and looks like this is going to be another cleanup for the side of red team. Diva Bomb's going to be coming out from the side of Set, not getting a fat bomb like he did previously, but Brave PLM is going to bring out the Blade, takes out Agathon already, trying to get more if he can. Sway's being everything possible, he does get taken down. So right now you have Team F doing all possible, but never mind. You have right now Monorail bringing out the Primal Rage, and now you have Tiskahar bringing out the Coalescence. A lot of it's happening right now. Petticoat Pirate does get demeched, but it's just a big brawl right now.
Very, very messy fight for Leo. Oh, huge pulse bomb coming up from Dragoon onto both support line.
Yeah, Dragoon getting both supports out, even though Ronaldo came out with a Fair Barrage, but I believe that's actually going to be Team F finally ending this madness brawl. And I believe the only person who can touch it right now is Petticoat Pirate. He's going to be trying to go through the window, and he does!
Very clutch, but can he stall out long enough for this to get back? Mercy is back on Raven Impulse on the Mercy, and Monorail is back on the point. They have enough people maybe here to contest for a little bit longer, but I'm not sure how much they can do.
Yeah, definitely. Something to keep noting right now. Set does have that Diva Bomb. He's going to be using it right now. Is Raven Impulse going to be found in awkward place? No, he dies to take a run before anything happens. Brave PLM bringing out the Soldier, trying to get as fast as possible to the point. Takes out Tiskahar. So no Moira for the point right now, but Monorail is going to be taking out Dragoon, and that's going to be it for round number 1.
It does seem like red team is bringing out an aggression that blue team just can't match. Every single fight, red team is taking it to blue team and making them do what they want to do, which definitely puts blue team in awkward positions. On the second last fight, it seemed like Brave PLM had his blade and was ready for the blade, but red team took away all the space, and then Brave PLM wasn't ready to commit his blade, so the fight fell apart before he could use it.
Yeah, very true. Usually you need to try to be a little bit more organized when you're trying to set up those plays like that. Brave PLM sadly was caught in an awkward position, and sadly like Team E was punished for it. But
while we did get to see the dive compositions on the last map, on this map we do see more tanking compositions, usually in the 3-3, but on the side of the blue team they're bringing out the Somber Doomfist dive, which has a ton of burst damage and maybe can counter the 3-3 composition. Oh, not 3-3, my bad, it's the Junkrat and Tracer on the red team.
Yeah, definitely a little bit awkward to play just against Junkrat because Junkrat that just does so much damage, so you can just like go into the back and just like randomly die. But we're gonna be seeing here Ronaldo playing really backline and getting a half off into Sarge, but right now David Long is gonna be the first one starting the fight off, getting Brave PLM out of the fight and Dragon taking out Raven Impulse. Right now it's definitely really nice right here, just doing everything they can with all this fan damage. Dragon is just looking really good right now, taking out 2 playoffs already, and looks like Petticoat Pirate is gonna be the second.
Exactly. I think that red team is bringing out this aggression, and the Junkrat is a great character to match red team's aggression because the spam damage from the front gives Dragon so much space in the backline to do basically whatever he wants. He just runs circles around blue team, and he's having time. Like he already has his pulse bomb online and is on fire. Yeah,
very true. And not only that, but something that we need to know is that Petticoat Pirate has to be using his... Oh, never mind. But in the meantime, PLM just gets a punch into Dragoon, ending all sides. But Petticoat Pirate definitely has to do everything that he can to get his charge as high as possible because they're going into Junkrat. So definitely something to keep forward to that. But in comes a Shatter from the side of Monorail, getting 2 already. Tiskahar out on the floor. Agathon about to go down, barely surviving, getting out. He's over there in the meta, does get it, but looks like right now it's just like TD doing everything possible. Funny enough, Thunderbolt is just like going circles around the point, stalling for days. Comes the Doofus punch, gets out Agathon. Looks like staggers are finally coming out, but they do clean up, and that's going to be a switch over for Team E.
Very well played from blue team. Red team was making some poor rotation choices with Agathon rotating high ground while the team was taking a fight below, and blue team capitalized on that mixed match of decision making and took advantage and like cleaned up red team without even doing too much. And a huge shadow from Owlet definitely cleaned up that fight.
And Earth Shatter coming out, only getting Petticoat Pirate, and there's gonna be actually a tire coming out, just getting Monorail. So right now, it looks like Team is doing everything possible to be in the fight. Dragoon taking Raven Impulse for that little bit of a risky res, if I would say so myself. It looks like he's just shooting out like it's just on point, and that's gonna be another flip for Team F.
We do see Seed bringing the grab online for the next fight. That probably will be what they're committing with immediately with Dragoon's Pulse Bomb, hoping to get a big Pulse Bomb on a good grab. But Petticoat Pirate does have his own grab pretty soon, so they trade grabs and see what happens. It can get really messy with these compositions, so I'm not too sure.
Yeah, definitely gonna be seeing who brings out the Graviton first. But the EMP does come out. Petticoat Pirate did not have his Graviton up available, but Monk does fall off, so it's going to be interesting to see if Team F does indeed bring out the ultimate. And in comes a shadow from the side of Monorail, only gets this guard, but it looks like Graviton's going to be coming out late from the side of Seed. They do get two, but I don't think it's enough right now. It looks like Team E is just cleaning up, Dragon doing everything, but never mind. Team F is just doing out mechanicking. It's just like doing stuff that's just ridiculous. Dragoon, my god, just like completely cleaning up.
Just running in circles around blue team, but at the same time, Petticoat Pirate did not invest his Graviton Surge, so he will have it for the next fight. It should be a fight winner, considering there's no defensive ultimates out from the side of red team. But I'll have to watch for a defensive shadow when the grab goes off, because that can definitely stop a grab and push entirely.
Yeah, definitely. Right now you see Owlet trying to use, trying to focus everybody to the point, but it looks like a Graviton is going to be called out as mentioned before, but Petticoat Pirate not going to be touching the point, sadly, and that's going to be already map number 1 for Team F on your own EJ.
Just an unfortunate series of events. They had a big Graviton Surge with 3 people in it, and they didn't have enough focus fire or were paying attention to the game clock and ran out of time. But could have been different in the future with more time. We won't be sure. Good fun games both teams though, absolutely.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that's beautiful. Oh, the BM wave, 4-man. With the 4-man Diva Bomb. Pretty nice job.
Seed absolutely knows that he is good on the Diva and knows where to place those bombs, so he will wave when he thinks it's bright.
Yeah, not only that, he was doing a really good job over there on the Zarya too when in control center.
Absolutely.
So right now we're gonna be heading off very shortly to King's Row. No,
Yes, King's
Row.
Row.
Yeah, King's Row. Okay, King's Row. It'll be interesting to see. King's Row is a very high death volley match, and usually those are the kind of comps that are just like really provocative to see like which Ryan is winning which game.
Yeah.
Usually if the Ryan's just like winning the matchup in front, usually it makes the team much easier to play.
Absolutely. On that note, Leo, we are doing a minor showcase match. So what do you think the coaches that are watching this match are looking for out of these players? Obviously on this map they're going to be showcasing their Ryan play, but what do you think otherwise they're looking for?
Definitely they're looking for which players are in the correct positions when the time comes, right? Like, for example, when Petticoat Pirate did have his Graviton in control center, was he in the position where he could use Graviton efficiently to get players? He did get them at the end, but sadly, nobody was on point, so it was like a little bit of an awkward play. But it's just like positioning is the most important thing, right? Because as long as you can teach everybody like the small things like ult tracking, shot calling, everything comes with team play. And obviously, you know better than I since you were a coach last season.
Absolutely. For me, when I was watching these showcase matches last season, I was definitely looking for players that were coordinating with their teammates and seemed to be kind of understanding what they were trying to do. Obviously, all these players are on the lower SR and they're trying to improve, so you can't expect them to be pro-level players, but you try to see the players that are trying to work with their team and trying to make those plays and are not just kind of doing their own thing, playing more solo queue and not being team players.
Yeah, very true, very true. And it's very like immediate. Like you can definitely notice if somebody's like used to playing in solo queue or if somebody's used to playing in a team environment. Like you notice that day and night. So hopefully lots of players get their time to shine here in this kind of showcases. But in regards of like what teams are running right now, it looks like for Team E we're gonna be having a bunker composition with a Widow and a Junkrat. So something very I'd say like meta, because You usually hear in King's Row Point A the Orisa, Diva, and the Junkrat Widow, something very common. So good to see.
Absolutely. I was kind of worried that they were going to be running that Orisa on the low ground, which would just get rolled over by Team Red, but they decided to rotate the high ground, which is a very strong position to hold. I'm glad they did. With the Junkrat trap line there, if the dive happens, they're ready for it.
Very true. And looks like right now, Paper Monk is he going to be coming out with a ham? And he indeed is, but Agathon already starting the fight really quickly, taking a headshot into Ronaldo. So that is going to force Team E right now to go down to the fight. And a lot of brawling is going out. Monorail is going to get Dragoon, but everybody's going to be dropping to point, and looks like Paper Monk is going to be rolling all over the tanks right now. It looks like Monorail is going to be falling down. Petticoat Pirate doing everything. Really nice placement right there, being behind the shield, but shooting at the same time. That's the name of the game. Try to do as much damage without taking damage yourself. So it looks like Team E is doing just enough to like survive right now. And Paper Monk, yeah, he's the only person on point with 1,000 health. Oh no, he gets trapped. He's a complete pinata right now and he gets taken down. That's really unfortunate.
Tragic story for Paper Monk. You can see how valuable losing that Junkrat is in the middle of the fight. It gave the blue team an opportunity, the red team an opportunity to push in super fast without a lot of damage coming their way. Now that the Junkrat's back, it can be a lot tougher for them to dive in, especially with that hammer. It could die very, very fast to spam damage.
Yeah, very true. And in regards to like what we have for ultimates, this guy Paper Monk is ready to roll with the mines, but he's waiting for the opportune moment. Ronaldo does get the kill into Thunderbolt, and we're going to be seeing what right now Team F tries to do. The mines do come out, but it doesn't take out anybody. Dragon also dropped the pulse bomb, doesn't get anybody, but a bomb from the side of Petticoat Pirate does get Agathon. So right now, it looks like Team E does have an advantage right now in regards of like players on the point right now, and Brave PLM is going to be taking out Paper Monk.
Absolutely, but C does not have that Graviton Surge. We'll see if he wants to use it now or wants to save it for the next fight. I think that he should save it because he's the only one on point, but he does end up saving it. So that could be crucial for the next fight. They do also have that nano boost that they can give to Paper Monk, and if Paper Monk slams down on the Graviton Surge, that is a lot of burst damage and can be capitalized on immediately. It does seem like blue team does not want to rotate back to the high ground. So without rotating back to the high ground, they are easy targets for that Graviton Surge.
Very true. And it looks like right now Dragoon's going to be making a bit of a switch, going to the Soldier instead of the Tracer. It looks like he felt like there wasn't like enough damage in regards for him, so he was feeling a little bit awkward. But nice sleep right there from the side of Siskahard to getting Petticoat Pirate sleeping and in a charge. But it looks like right now everything's pretty even right now because Siskahard did fall down. Sunberry is going to be coming out, but the Prongos are already coming out from Monorail. So everybody's just pressing Q right now. In comes the Coalescence from the side of Student Alec. And looks like, yeah, that's going to be TV cleaning up a little bit. So he's going to get the Nano Boost. Okay, he don't know if he's going to use the Graviton. I wouldn't use it in this case. It's just him by himself. It's a one-man army. He definitely is getting pocketed right now by Tiskar, but I think it's just too much right now. You can't go 1v5, sadly.
Absolutely. C did seem like he wanted to use the grab, but the pick off on the Ana immediately made him have second plans, and then he didn't use the grab. His team committed without him, and it's just a miscommunication that happened. It caused the whole team to fall apart. Well, hopefully, with the Reinhardt Shatter and the Graviton Surge coming on the next fight, they can do more.
Yeah, but actually, and the Earth Shatter is gonna get more already. But Paper Monk is gonna be falling down really quickly. Brave PLM already got a pick before the Shatter even happened, so it's gonna be really awkward right now for Team F. They're doing everything they can. A Shatter's gonna be coming out. Raven Impulse trying to survive, brings out the Sound Barrier just in time to survive. Doing everything they can right now. Tiskar does fall down, and Dragoon also is gonna be another person who's gonna be coming down. Paper Monk switching up to the Wrecking Ball, but the Bongos come down from the side of Monorail, trying to do everything possible to survive on point. Paper Monk barely surviving, trying to get away, does go away with less than 100 HP, getting healed up completely. Dragoon does have that tactical visor, and I do see Agathon over here on the red telephone trying to get ready for a hack. Does get a hack. Oh, yeah, does get a hack to Monorail. And it comes out Try from the side of Ronaldo, trying to do anything, getting Thunderbolt, Diva there, a lot of ultimates coming out. Student Alec with another Coalescence, he's getting them really quickly. And a lot of messy fight is going on. Brayfield, I'm getting out Dragoon. Seed is doing everything that he can to remove Petticoat Pirate from the point, but he's getting healed very nicely right there. Brayfield is also having a shooting site right now, a shooting gallery right now, over there on the window. He's actually going to be contested right there by Agathon. Agathon finally getting the fight off. Student Alec finally falls down. Raven Impulse, one of the last remaining players for the side of Team E, doing everything she can to just be on the point. Should Ronaldo switch off to Doomfist to try to stall it a bit more, but he can. And there's a pretty interesting fight over here with Petticoat against Dragoon, but Dragoon's going to get that fight against his baby demon. That's going to be already a point captured. Oh, they're in overtime.
A very, very messy fight, Leo, but it worked out in the favor of Red Team at the end. Seed did build up another Graviton Surge for the next fight, but we'll have to see if Red Team can coordinate enough to take advantage of the grab this time. It seems like they all have differing ideas of when they want to fight and when they want to attack, and it's not working out either time. So if they can work better as a unit, I feel like they'll have more success in the rest of this map.
Yeah, most definitely. I think in that case it worked because it was overtime and everybody was like just like scared, like, oh, we need to go in now or we're gonna lose. So a little bit of coordination. So that's one of the things that happens here, like usually with minor teams, that it's just like overtime is gonna be everybody's favorite shot caller because it's like it's either now or never.
Exactly.
So, but Run is gonna be bringing out the mines though. A little bit actually gonna be pretty interesting because it does bring out the opportunity to push the payload because right now TB can actually move up.
Exactly. See, does have his Graviton Surge probably looking for it right now. We'll see if he can get a big one. I don't know if he will. He comes fixed off, and that seems like an interesting fight for Red Team.
Yeah, that's already going to be another fight lost for Red Team. And something interesting to see is just like, this Gahara is going to be bringing out the Nano, even though he got a nice anti-nano. I think it's a little bit too late. Papermonk barely surviving with, I think, less than 20 HP, but I mean, Tiscar is just going to get enough. It's going to probably get it to like 30%.
That definitely seemed like a nano boost to save Papermonk more than to do anything. And it's hard to save a person whenever you're losing the fight. But EMP out from the side of Agathon and Big Graviton Surge. Can they capitalize on it? They do get monorail.
Yeah, that was a nice EMP Graviton Surge. Not getting many picks though. Dragoon does fall down as Reaper. He almost does have that Death Blossom. But in comes the Vegeta rally, doing everything he can right now to just remove everybody from the fight. C does get out Brave PLM on the victory, but Mines is going to be coming again once again from Brave PLM. But looks like right now Petticoat Pirate trying to remove Thunderbolt from the back line. He's all by himself, trying to be a one-man army right now. Student Alex sadly goes into the mines, and Petticoat is going to be removed. Papermonk doing a really good job here on having doing a lot of space for his team. Dragon barely makes it back to the fight. He does have that Death Blossom.
Exactly. C does have another Graviton Surge at 64%. He's doing so much damage to their team. And a Nano Boost online for Gahara. We'll see if he can use it to keep his hammer alive this time and do a lot of work.
Ooh, yeah, it looks like that's going to be really unfortunate for Team E right now. Monorail is going to be falling down after a nice hack from Agathon and a nice anti-nade from the side of Tiscahar. That's going to be a nice cleanup for Team F, and it looks like they're going to be rolling, like Wrecking Ball's rolling right now to their backline.
Team E does seem to have a lot of support ults online for the next fight, but they don't have much to do with them. They do have Brave PLM's Deadeye, but Deadeye is not that useful in ultimate, whereas Seed has the Graviton Surge and a Nano Boost, which could be a lot more deadly than either of the support ults on the team.
Yeah, and looks like right now Agathon sadly was flashbanged out of Oblivion by Brave PLM. Papermonk does get Brave PLM with the mine, but right now they're probably low numbers. They are 4v6 right now, so they should be going out. Student Alley bringing out the Coalescence with the fight even begins. Seed is high charge, but does fall down. EMP comes out. In comes Death Blossom, gets 3-4. Oh my god, this is going to be the opportunity that they needed. Tiscar bring out the Nano to Papermonk. And I think it's just going to be enough. Ray PLM trying to survive on the corner, trying to do everything he can, but it's going to be falling down in Dragoon. So one final stand for Team E. They're going through the left side corner. They got Raven Impulse's Soundbear. She's going to be coming out really soon. Ronaldo over there on cart does get taken out by Dragoon. Any moment now, the Soundbear is going to be coming out, and they do come out. The Graviton Surge by C does also come out. Everything's just fighting here on cart. Monorail does get slapped, but does go wake them up. A May comes in, getting Papermonk out of surprise. Ronaldo switches off to the Doomfist, and Doomfist takes out Papermonk with a nice uppercut. And I think they have to start doing something.
It's desperation right now, Leo. It is absolute desperation on Red Team. They have to get back super fast, or they're going to be out of this fight entirely.
Yeah, right now you see Dragoon try to Wraith all the way back to the cart, and I don't think he's going to be doing much. Papermonk finally rolling back to the cart. Tiscar doing everything he can. Ronaldo being a pest as Doomfist against a poor little Ana. Monorail swinging his big hammer, getting the shatter, getting Thunderbolt, and put Papermonk. So, but Thunderbolt somehow, some way does manage to survive, but not for long though. But in the meantime, we're gonna have Papermonk swinging for days. Agathon gonna be bringing out the EMP, Student Alec with Goal Lessons, and that's gonna be round number 1. Wow, was that exhausting.
Wow, lots of fights, lots of long fights, lots of drawn-out, messy fights, definitely. Papermonk did seem to be very strong on the Hammond. He had great mechanics with the Hammond, but a Hammond versus Ryan matchup is not always the best choice because the Ryan will always get a free shatter off on your team. There's not much you can do to stop it without another Ryan. So, if Papermonk's, no matter how good Papermonk is with a Hammond, he can still struggle on this map to do work.
Yeah, definitely. And something in regard is just like Team F sadly did not capture, so Team E definitely has an advantage in that regards that they don't have to play another round. If they can complete the map, they just straight out win.
Exactly. We do see what appears to be a good old school ghost composition coming out from the blue team. I love the old school ghost composition because it promotes a ton of heals and a ton of aggression, focusing on one target and deleting it and spreading out like a swarm. And a bunker composition similar to what blue team did on defense coming out from the red team. They probably will set up on high ground and use that Orisa halt and Roadhog pull to get easy picks. Also, for the first time in my Overwatch viewing career, we see an Ashe coming out in a competitive game.
Yeah, Ashe. Some people definitely have some their opinions on Ashe. I personally think Ashe is really good, especially when she's being boosted by a Mercy. But in this case, they're going to be running an Annalisa, so it's going to be interesting how Agathon takes his angles because he won't get pocketed as easily with a Mercy, and especially against Goats. Goats definitely has enough sustain to stay alive during Ashe's shot.
You're absolutely right, Leo. And playing this Orisa on the low ground against a Ghost composition is a recipe for disaster. The Ghosts are going to completely ignore this Orisa shield and run straight in, which is very, very scary. And I don't know how it will work out because there's not much defense coming out from the side of Red Team.
Yeah, right now, as you can see, the Goats are just like slowly walking in. Monorail just going in with a hammer, getting pulled off for a little bit. He does charge into the Paper Monk, but Paper Monk was fortified for that moment. Swinging everything, Brave PLM just swinging hammers. Anti-Name does come out. Brave PLM is in an awkward position, does get taken out by Thunderbolts. So nice job right there. Ronaldo doing everything he can to remove the backline. Steve does take out Monorail, and I think that's Ronaldo, I believe he's trapped. Yeah, he's trapped over there in the corner. Pretty awkward the situation for him. Try to get back. Oh, but nice hook by Seed. You're not going anywhere, buddy. Wow, that was a really nice hook.
And the stagger onto the Baby Diva is just tragic. So sad for C. Ronaldo. But despite the bad positioning out from the red team, they do manage to hold that fight, and that comes down to a good fortify for Papermark, denying that Reinhardt charge and holding him in his place, setting up a good push and a ton of spam damage to come back at the Ghost composition, which is what you need. We'll see if Ghosts can do a better job this time, pushing past the shield and doing a ton of damage to a focus target.
Yeah, it looks like this time they're going to be going through Hotel this time, so looks like Monorail is going to be leading the charge right now, trying to get to see if they can pick off the Thunderbolt, but they can't. But in comes an incoming Riptire from the side of Dragoon. Let's see if this gets anybody. Indeed, it gets two. Rivet Impulse and Monorail are going to be taken out completely out of the fight. Petticoat Pirate going to be the second person out of the fight, and that's already going to be nice job over here by Team F.
Most definitely. The spam damage from the Junkrat is definitely very, very good against the Ghost composition if given enough time to do a ton of spam. And it seems like the blue team is giving them enough time for Dragoon to really do work on this Junkrat, which is exactly what you cannot do against a spam comp.
Yes, very true. But in regards of like what right now Team E is probably thinking, they're like, okay guys, we need to do what Overwatch is meant to, right? Just press Qs. So Ronaldo does have that Diva Bomb in the ready, and Student Alex does have the Colossus, whatever he wants to use. Monorail bringing in the shields. In comes out Bongos from the side of Paper Monk. Have that that damage boost that's very crucial. Student Alex does remove it for the meantime, but I don't think you can do much if your Reinhardt has already fallen down this quickly. In comes the down bear from the side of Thunderbolt. Gonna barely be surviving in this case, and Agathon getting enough time to just do enough body shots to just be removing everybody from the fight. Student Alex definitely has to be thinking out retreat right now. Petticoat Pirate actually going to get halted. It's going to be kind of awkward, this situation, because he's caught here in Hotel against the Junkrat, and this is not a good situation.
This is absolutely do or die for blue team here. They had their one chance to use their big ultimates, the Graviton Surge and the Diva Bomb, and if they mess this up, they won't really have enough time to build up more ults. So it's do or die, big grab, big bomb, or you're in trouble.
Yeah, and not only that, but right now you just saw that C got nano boost and he gets the hook in the Student Alex. Pretty unfortunate for the Moira right there. But C looking really comfortable on this Roadhog, definitely getting some nice crucial hooks. And Discahar, even though he's using nanos just to like give enough, just to make everybody survive, he's just getting them so quickly that he can just use them like his ability almost. He's getting almost like a minute per nano.
Absolutely. Blue team is opting for a last fight situation. They're like, we have one chance, we'll use our ultimates. If we failed this, we fail. But we can do it right here. We can use our ult, we can win this fight. And this is it. Widowmaker from Brave PLM taking pot shots. We'll see if he can make a pick. It's going to be very pivotal if he does.
Yeah, it's going to be actually kind of awkward because Dragon's going to be coming in. Raven Impulse is going to be taken out, and they did have the sound barrier. Diva one's gonna be coming out. Doesn't get anything right now. But Bob's gonna be joining the fight right now. Petticoat Pirate gonna be removed by Bob, I believe. Yeah, Bob is doing everything right now. Bob is a solo carry, doing everything he can. But in the meantime, Red PLM already getting 2 out of the fight, and I do believe barely but surely Team E is gonna be coming out. Sound barrier probably a little bit not needed, but this guard is going to be taken out by Brave PLM. Nice showcasing right there for him. The Widow did come out, get 2 crucial picks, and that's how they managed to capture point A, similar to what happened with Team F in the earlier round.
For sure, both teams definitely struggling with that first point capture, but in the end, they're doing what they need to do to get that point. Raven Impulse definitely making a fat finger play, probably not the intentional beat that they wanted to do, but it is what happens, so we'll have to build a new one going forward. There's not really many ultimates online for either team, but a shatter online from Monorail. So if Monorail can get a big shatter here, they should be able to push through street space with very, very little resistance.
Yeah, an interesting pick by the side of Paper Monk. Paper Monk switches us to the Reinhardt, but he decides to stay on the Roadhog. Probably just because he stays there because he does have the whole hook. And he does get another hook. Nobody managed to capitalize off the fact. But a Nano Boost is going to be coming out the seeds. He's going to be bringing out the whole hog Nano Boosted, ruining everybody from the point, not getting any kills. Never mind. There goes Ronaldo. He's out of the fight. Barely dodging a hook right there from Seed. But it looks like right now, Blue Team is going to do everything they can. They have the Shatter in ready, so they're just waiting for their response to come back.
And Brave PLM definitely doing some work on the Widowmaker. As I said, that he does get picked up by Agathon, so a nice back and forth Widow battle. Taking me back to the good old days of Overwatch, where the Widow definitely decided the fate of the game. If a Widow was getting more headshots, the team was winning. We'll see if Brave PLM can match Agathon and continue this pressure on this.
Yeah, definitely something to note right now. Dragon is really close right now to a tire right now, to a Riptire right now. But here you see Ronaldo going through the back line, trying to scout, and that's something very important for Sombra players, to be naming out where players are and telling to your team. That's something coaches are definitely going to be looking forward. And oh my God, a hack by Ronaldo to the Earth Shatter. That was actually beautiful. And Riptire's going to be coming out right now from Dragoon, trying to do anything, doesn't get basically nothing. And Team E, that was wonderful communication right there from Ronaldo to get the Monorail Earth Shatter.
You're so right, Leo. Oftentimes we don't get to choose our teams for these free-for-all, these free agent showcase matches, but we can showcase that we know what we should be doing on these heroes. And Ronaldo showing that he knows he needs to be in the backline scouting and getting these crucial hacks is showing that he knows how to play Sombra and he should be picked up for that position.
Oh yeah, definitely. And right now we're going to be seeing how Team F does. In comes with an Earth Shatter, only gets, I believe it was Raven Impulse, but Monorail is going to be one of the first people to be coming out of the fight. A lot of awkward fighting is going to be happening here in the card for a minute. Raven Impulse does have that sound barrier for whenever she wants to use it. It does come out. Petticoat Pirate was trapped there for a second. Ronaldo taking out Seed out of the fight. In comes a Graviton Surge trying to finish the fight right now, as it is Petticoat Pirate trying to remove Thunderbolt, getting hacked right there, dancing around the cart, surviving. EMP by Ronaldo coming out. Paper Monk swinging his hammer. He did have Earth Shatter, that didn't manage to use it sadly. And Agathon is going to be the only person able to touch the card, but he won't be able to. And that's already point number 2 capture for Team E.
And while these ultimates are kind of questionable because there's only one person on point, why would you EMP? Blue Team recognizes that they need to cap this point to stay in this game, and it's more important for them to stay in the game than to save an ult for a better opportunity. They want to win, and they're going to stay in it for as long as they can.
Yeah. And something to note also, so Brave PLM finally switches off to a Tracer. You're switching to Tracer in this point.
Tracer can be good. This point has a lot of opportunities to flank around, but with the composition with the Roadhog able to hook the Tracer, I don't know how much work Brave PLM can do.
Yeah, and definitely going against a Roadhog like Seed. Seed is definitely showing his worth right now. Doing a really good job with Roadhog in a meta where Roadhog is like quote unquote not that great. And he's looking pretty comfortable. And in regards to like what Team F is bringing to the table, they have 3 ultimates in regards to just 1 from the side of Team E. So Paper Monk is definitely going to be playing those Reinhardt games to see which one comes out right now. Paper Monk is going to be really aggressive. Going to be getting hacked right now. Whoa, Monorail going completely back. He does have whenever he wants to use it. Paper Monk going to get Nano. Nice job right there, right to start to sustain his Reinhardt. He is barely going to be survived. No, he does fall down, so that gives a green light for Monorail.
This is a free shatter, Leo. This is an absolute free shatter here from Monorail. If he wants to use it, he needs to use it to solidify this map and take the win.
Yeah, but Dragoon, it looks like he waiting for it. Nobody's actually touching Card Dragon's gonna be taking EMP from Ronaldo, I think. And it's gonna be awkward. Oh no, the Earth Shatter by Monorail's too late. He didn't get it out. In comes our Shatter from the side of Paper Monk just to get Suit and Alec out of the fight right now. Ronaldo the only person on cart. But in the meantime, Red PLM is gonna do everything he can to try to beat touching card, but I don't think that's gonna be it, I believe. Yeah, that's gonna be it.
That's it. But definitely a very, very close map. Each point was well fought, and they put their all into winning the point. I can definitely respect the effort from both teams. Just a little bit of hesitation cost them the map, but you know, hesitation is okay at this level. If you have the skills, you can work on the hesitation, the communication to make wins later.
And yeah, definitely something impressive. Definitely a lot of more communication that I was expecting for both teams. Definitely you saw most of the time it was Team E that was doing the EMP shatters and the hack shatters. But those type of coordinations are what you want from players. So definitely coaches will be looking at that, and they'll be very pleased when they see these things.
Absolutely. And some good ultimate usage out of everybody. I'm glad that coaches got to see this match. I think the players showcased some of their best talent, and I think that coaches will have something to work with going forward.
Yep. And in regards for that, guys, I believe that's gonna be it for me tonight. But Tyler will be casting the next showcase match. So in the meantime, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for our last match of the day.
Tyler, you start.
All right, welcome back, everybody. My name is Tyler. Leo had to dip out, so I'm here now joined with Brett Gig, and we're here to cast the final match of the weekend of the match showcases for all these new players. This is the last minors match of the night. Brett, are you excited for this last match?
I'm so excited. I actually had the chance to watch the previous showcase match, and there were some really, really good plays and some really good upcoming talent that's coming up. And I'm really excited to see them show off again while we bring in some new people to show off what they would like, because they've all worked so hard to get here. And here they are on the main stage of Owlet, ready to show off what they can do and to see what kind of team they can get picked up from. So I'm really excited for these guys.
Absolutely, and they get this opportunity on a glorious, absolutely glorious 2CP map, my favorite map type. They're going to show their skills on what is arguably the hardest map to cap, but also can show how much you can be a team player and work together to take a point. And that's what they'll need to finish this map on Hanamura.
Absolutely. Hanamura is such a team-oriented fight, and since these teams have already played with each other in the last match, this will show how good of a team they are through all the previous matches to see what kind of strategies they came up with, because they had some time to formulate some strategies, and they can actually use those to hit one of the hardest points, in my opinion, in all of Overwatch in terms of a team game.
But we should say that there's some new faces for this game. There's a lot of familiar faces like Dragoon and Brave PLM and Seed, a ton of new faces, but we do have Dr. Professor Oak, 96, and Reliable Rez checking in, and Mia's checking in as new players for this upcoming, and Wambapolis on the Orisa.
And they must be very, very excited to come in and show off what they can. I'm most excited to see Reliable Rez because she's got to live up to that name. Will we see with those Reliable Rezes? Will they be gutsy? Will they be ballsy? That is something I'm looking forward to in this match. What are you looking forward to, Tyler?
I'm looking forward to how well Wambapolis can run this Orisa bunker composition. Is he going to stand on the low ground and just spam the choke, or is he going to move to high ground? Absolutely, it seems like he wants to hide on the low ground and just spam the choke, but I'm not sure that's the best option against a dive composition. But a dive composition is Zarya, and not a diva is definitely interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. They seem like they're kind of waiting for something to happen here. Hanzo seems to be scouting up ahead, and Samba's kind of hiding in there. I wonder if they have some sort of technical difficulty, or they're just waiting, some communication breakdown. Oh,
yeah,
well, they come right now.
Called for... Okay, a little bit of interesting pause. Obviously, technical difficulties happen all the time. Earlier, I was having problems with my Discord, but it seems like we're ready to go again. That was just a minor setback. Both teams
someone probably got really nervous and then like, whoop, hold on, I need to shake it out. That's probably what happens. It's okay.
They unplugged their PC. They're like, well, I can't play.
Hey, it does happen. Nerves make you do some really weird things. But let's get back to the action here. So Sambra's actually going to the backline to see what she can do. So that's Cronaldo from the last match. He seems to be a pretty good DPS. I'm really excited to see what he can do. Zed pulls down Hanzo and actually takes him out. This is going to stop their push. And Monorail's just kind of standing in the corner right there. And Blue is actually going to push up on them. It's going to push him back, denying him that space. But Monorail might be committing here because Sambra's actually capping point B. But he doesn't really commit past the choke. And Sombra is just kind of gone. So they're going to actually retreat. Oh, nope, just kidding. Sombra's there kind of saying, hey, what's up, guys? Finally gets taken out. Petcode actually comes in, gets hooked by Zed, gets taken out. Monorail's kind of by himself. He jumps back past the choke. This is really going to hopefully do a full reset. And there's Reliable Rez with that res. There it is. That's what I want.
Good teams here. The point, people fighting on the point, people fighting on the choke, not really knowing where they want to be or who they want to kill. It does seem like Red Team's going for the long game, going for the Graviton Hanzo combo, which is definitely a team wipe if the Zen ult is not in play. But
absolutely,
to do that, they're only going to get a couple fights to get it off. So they make sure that when it happens, they make it happen and they charge this ultimate pretty fast. Petticoat is only on 34%, so they need to be a little bit faster.
Yeah, and they're going to enable Petticoat to make sure he gets that ult charge. Monorail's going in with that bubble. Hopefully, will charge a little bit, but doesn't really connect. It's still at 37%. Cronaldo's actually on the back, trying to cause a distraction with a Riptire coming out. It lands on Monorail and Mayas, which is going to stall the red team. They're going to have to back up here. Reliable Rez with another Reliable Rez. This Dragoon lands and hits Reliable Rez. Poor guy, he got a really good play. He got hit, and Red's going to have to stop for this push.
They did get a couple ultimates out from the side of the blue team, definitely the Tire and the McCree ultimate, but on the flip side, they do still have the Orisa Supercharger, the Roadhog Ultimate, and the Mercy Valkyrie. It's a lot of stuff to work with to hold this defense. And at the same time, Petticoat is still very slow to charge that Graviton, which is their win condition, along with the Sombra EMP.
Absolutely, and since he's at 56%, it looks like there's going to be at least 2 fights before he gets that grab. There's a premature tranquility there, and it's not really coordinated push, but they're going to try to make the best out of it because of monorail go-aheads and ults. Where there comes the Valk Alpha from Raven, Impulse of the Dragons, and trying to counter that Dragon. It's kind of a big fight with 2 down for the blue team and the reliable res with an Orisa res. Brave PLM goes down. And also Dr. Professor Oak. There's a lot of fight going on. Orisa with the supercharger. Super Lake takes out Myas. Reliable Res is trying to keep his team up. And doesn't look like they'll be able to make this push. But anything could happen right now. Zen just actually went down. Zarya's fighting Orisa and Mercy. It's kind of a... It could be anyone's game at this point in time. Zarya's fully charged. Raven Impulse goes down. It's just Orisa on the point right now. And Red manages to take the point.
That is good awareness from Mias to realize that Petticoat Pirate was not going to use the Graviton in time. He needed to use that Han's ultimate just to create space for his team to make that dive. And he did get a pick off of it too, so it was a very, very good Dragon. He does make the switch over to the Genji in order to maybe get a Dragon Blade combo with the Graviton this time. And Genji's just better at controlling the high ground on the second point.
Absolutely, and since Red is coming in now with 3 ults, they've got a Zarya grab versus that win condition with also a Valkyrie, but a Riptire comes up from blue team. Is it going to connect? Where is it going? He's trying to find his target.
Very long
Does
route.
it find it?
Very long route.
Yeah, he's definitely. I remember when you coached me, you said, hey, make sure you do all these real zigzag things. They can't find it, but unfortunately does not connect. And blue team's holding the high ground right here with red team trying to take down the mid with blue team holding the high ground. They're going to have to coordinate to make sure to stop this push because the Valky's coming in with a lot of healing.
Ronaldo is looking for an EMP right now with the Graviton search. He's on the high ground looking for a very, very big EMP.
Let's see,
grab on point.
There's that Graviton. It's got 3 of them in there. There's that high noon, which is countered by Dr. Professor Oak. And Myas is over there trying to create a distraction from the blue team to get the stop of the Brigitte. And now Reliable Res has another Reliable Res with Dr. Professor Oak, so they got 2 supports up. And now this is 2 blue teams, and now there's a train coming up from the red team. Hopefully be able to pad their push. And there's going to be a brawl in the fight as far as trying to make connections with the kills. Raven Impulse is strategically staying off with the red go ahead and with that rampage.
It could be very, very tough to get ticks on this map, and Red Team, despite losing this fight, did get a first tick, which can be pivotal to them taking the whole. They do make the switch off to the Pharah. I'm very interested to see how they will approach this. Student Alec also makes the switch off to the Pharah. I'm not too used to seeing Pharah being played on this map because there's not a lot of rooms to take a spam damage from far away, but if played properly, there's a lot of choke points that Spark could take advantage of.
Absolutely, and that's something we'll be definitely keeping an eye on because they do have the Mercy. They're able to do a farm Mercy, whereas the red team doesn't really have a his scan to counter the farm Mercy. So that's something we're going to have to keep an eye on. And Cornell has that EMP, and blue team has 2 ults coming up with an Orisa and a Rally. So they're going to, if they play this well, they could have a pretty strong hold.
Absolutely. Blue team definitely taking the point as there's just big EMP out from Ronaldo.
And there we go, far. Zenyatta's trying to make contact here with a rally from Brave PLM. They're going to be brawling on the point here with a bunch of the team by the opening. Fire comes in with an ult and actually connects with Monorail, which is a good deterrent for Red Team. They're going to have to back out here, and they actually get a team kill. Good team kill for Team Blue.
Yeah, very, very interesting. Blue team is opting to take the point and hold the point as their bunker instead of taking the high ground, and they're doing pretty well about it. They're taking fights that they know they can win using their big shield as the Orisa to take the advantage on point, but definitely interesting that they're not opting for the high ground. Petticoat Pirate does have the Graviton Search on for the next fight, or he'll have it very, very soon, and they'll have the Transcendence as well. Mias is close to his barrage, and he can combo that easily with Petticoat Pirate's Graviton Surge, but he needs to be a little bit faster about charging that ult.
Absolutely, so Mias needs to land the points on the blue team to make sure he gets that barrage, but they can actually come in with the Transcendence and a Graviton, but Team Blue has 4 ults that he can combo with, and with good ult economy, this will actually be another stalemate.
Let's
see what's going on.
Definitely to take a slower dry fight, try to steal the ultimates from the blue team. They can waste it on this fight, and then take a good fight as the last point.
Oh, and there goes Dragoon with the ult. He's taking down 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 4K from Dragoon. That's the performance I saw from last match. He's doing quite well, but he got taken out by the Far. Good move by Dragoon.
And that's exactly what you didn't want to see Dragoon do. He got 4 people with only 1 ultimate. They still have so much more to work with, and the red team has very, very little. It's going to be very hard for them to still work these ultimates out of the blue team and still take this point. I'm not sure what the plan will be, but I'm excited to see how they attack this and creatively solve the problem.
Definitely, since with 1 minute left in the match, there's 3 ults to go per team, with the McCree coming up, actually. So there's 4 ults for the red team, 3 ults for the blue team. If they do this ult economy correctly and not blow it all at once, the red team could actually have a shot at taking this point.
Potentially, but it's going to come down to a big Graviton Surge. There's no defensive ultimate from the blue team, so a big grab could end it right here.
All right, let's see what happens. That grab is the win condition. Yes, am I right, Tyler?
You're completely correct.
All right, and there's that supercharger with the Trank from Zenyatta. That's 2 ults down. They still have the grab and Graviton and Fawn ready. There is that shatter from Reinhardt, and there. Oh, and Maisk is taken out. There's another counter barrage, takes out 2 of them. It looks like it's going to be a messy fight, and looks like it's a even 2-on-3 with Zed taking down McCree, and Farah takes down the Mora, and it's just right on point right now. They surround him. They're going to end this fight.
Student Owlet coming up so clutch in that fight. Definitely 5 people alive for the red team, and Student Owlet said, you know what? I can carry my team right here. I'll put the team on my back. I'll get 2 people with my barrage and put it back in a winning fight. And he definitely did, and he ended up cleaning up more throughout the fight. Student Owlet definitely impressing me on the far right now.
I think he would be a very good contender for projectile DPS, being a far up in the sky. I can only imagine what potential he has with other characters.
Yeah, exactly. And they didn't end up finishing the map. So there's potential to not. There's no way this game will go to a round 3. They'll end it right here for sure. We'll see if they make it clean or if it's just as messy as the round before.
Yes, definitely. And there needs to be really good team synergy, and there isn't. If that strategy doesn't work, they have to go ahead and actually, alter the composition a little bit. Just take it slow. And the teams have been taking it slow. And usually people just like to rush into things, and especially with those at the lower SRs, people just want to just go. But I'm really encouraged to see that these teams are showing really good restraint and just really good calculated thinking team.
Exactly. Red team definitely opting to go for that bunker composition as well on the first point. We'll see if they also opt for the low ground defense or the high ground defense. Obviously, I'm biased. I'm in favor of the high ground defense, but either way can work. We'll see what they choose. Blue team opting for a Farah dive with Dragoon on the Tracer. We saw how filthy Dragoon could be on the Tracer in the last game. We'll see if he can continue that. He definitely was able to get behind the enemy lines and harass them from the back, causing a lot of space for his team. But it's a whole new game, whole new players this time, or a couple different substitutes, so it may not be the same story.
May not, and the one thing that Dragoon could really do to mess up the red team is to successfully blink behind their lines and tap their supports a little bit, and then Student Oleg will be able to come in and finish off those kills, giving a red team a really big headache.
Exactly. Red team opting for the low ground defense as well. We'll see how that works out. Missed early pick. Feel like we'll have to respawn and try again.
But yep, this will give them time to suss out the red team's strategy and what they're positioning us to determine what the next push can be. Myas is trying to get the high ground, seeing if he can make a couple more picks like the last time. Dragoon and Wumbo are on the right side, trying to figure out what they can do. But Granada takes out the Farah, which is a good pick, which will delay them once again.
Exactly. I'd like to see Dragoon pushing behind the back line and kind of forcing the team back to the point, harassing them, which is exactly what he's doing right now. It's not the full team, but he's forcing the whole rotation out of the red team, and blue team's using this to capitalize and move in.
Oh yes, and they are, and they're fighting on point, forcing the red team to fight on their point, and blue team's actually backing out right now, but it's good. They want to fight cohesively. Dragoon goes out, but then Zed gets the Zen, which gives the blue team the advantage. They're down a Hog and a Zen, with the blue team being demeched. But can they do it? The blue D.Va's still fighting on them. Winston's in there. He's trying to get the Mercy, and Mercy goes down. Myas is trying to go after the Winston, but he manages to get out of the way just in time. They have 2 people on the point. Red team doesn't look like they'll be able to hold for much longer.
Well, the trade started off very, very even breath. That spawn advantage for the red team on Hanamura was pivotal in them taking the point. They could lose people and they could trade evenly, but they're going to spawn faster and come back faster, so they can definitely clean this up, which is exactly what they did. They'll stay on this Farah Tracer dive composition going into the second.
Oh yes, I'm very excited to see how they can push this, because blue team has 2 ults coming up. They have the Valkyrie and the Barrage, along with the Winston Rage, and red team has the Orisa ult and Visions and the Junk Tire, which they are electing to use right now, the Visions. So they're seeing what they're going to do.
The Junk Tire with these Visions can end this push entirely. One ultimate, Junk Tire is very, very powerful, very hard to stop, and they can end it right here. He uses it, opts for it early, and we'll see what he can do with it.
Well, let's see. The team is splitting up right now. Will they be going for supports? They actually went for Raven Impulse, which is a big pick that's going to delay their push once again.
And it may not seem like a big play because it's only 1 pick, but that Mercy is pivotal. On a 2CP map, you have to have your whole team to push in. Without that Mercy, there's no way they can do it. So they'll just wait it out. That's a 10-second delay for 1 ultimate. And more than likely, Mia switches off. The Junkrat uses the tire, switches to the Mei. May's an interesting choice. You definitely have that stall on the point.
Yeah, and the Mei is definitely a good stall character, and it can be quite a havoc on the opposing team if you don't know how to counter it. And especially with blue team coming in on a dive composition, it's going to be really hard to counter that Mei, so they really need to focus fire on that Mei to give them the advantage they need.
Exactly. The red team's opting for that bunker position on the high ground. It's going into a big fight. Now look at a huge barrage onto the Mercy and the Zen.
Oh, huge picks from Student and Dragoon. That's going to give blue team the advantage. Mei's here trying to freeze the entire team, but Enshi Icebox is trying to stall it all out. Rez is coming in from Raven, going to Farah, and Mei blocks it off, trying to give the team as much time as she can, and they're coming back in with a Trank, trying to pad their defense, and here they are with the Valk and the Trank. There's going to be a lot of healing on the red team. Blue team really needs to coordinate and focus fire. Blue team is coming in with a bomb and a Trank. Student takes out the Soldier, and Dragoon takes out the Zen, but reliably reses the Soldier, but Wumbo takes out Mei. Then blue team's just getting pick after pick after pick. If they get the Mercy right now, they'll be able to solidify this fight. But it looks like they're focusing on the Hammond right now. And there's this reliable Rez hanging out by herself. And she finally goes down. And they'll be able to stall. They actually come really quickly. Zen gets discorded. Mayas is getting discorded. Goes down. And they take the team. They take the game. Good job, Team G. Good job, Team Blue.
Very, very well played, Team Blue. The aggression was good. The patience on when to use the ultimate was good. Recognizing that the tire would get a pick and stall your fight, but you could take a cleaner fight for the next one. Very, very well played. But
very well
they do
played.
have one more chance to show that they are the better team here. We're moving into Watch Point Gibraltar on the next map.
That will definitely show if these two teams are able to push the payload. Don't forget the payload. It exists. So don't get backcapped. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully reliable res is something that we'll be able to tell the team, hey, payload's actually getting pushed. Should do something about that.
Exactly. Watch Point Gibraltar is definitely a map that favors like some more mechanically skilled heroes. You have the Widowmaker, the Genji, these heroes that really can show off to coaches in these free agent showcase matches how skilled these players are in their just mechanics. Because if you play Watch Point and you have a weak Widow, you're definitely going to struggle to take these points. But this is the opportunity to show that they can play these dive compositions and not just the tankier compositions on the ground.
Absolutely. So, Tyler, who are your picks for this? So, since Gibraltar is a map that gives the players the ability to show off their mechanical skills, who do you think will shine on this match?
I definitely think Dragoon has impressed me with his Tracer play. I'm excited to see if he decides to stay on the Tracer going into Watch Point Gibraltar, which can be a solid pick. But also, I'd be interested to see if he decides to switch off to the Widowmaker and show off his hit scan skills as well as his Tracer skills. Student Alec, obviously a great Pharah projectile player. We'll see if he decides to transition to the Genji. But Pharah's also decent on this map, can be pretty impressive. And then
Definitely.
Reliable Res has definitely impressed me on the Mercy, getting off those reses in the thick of things. Definitely proving that their Mercy play is good. But I'd like to see them try some other things as well and show their support versatility as well as their prowess on the Mercy.
Yes, we actually saw Reliable Res switch to Moira for a very short time, but we didn't really get to see much of that play. So that's something I agree with. I would like to see more of a variety over the hero pool so that it would make Reliable Res more marketable. But in terms of her reses, they're really good. And speaking to that, I'd like to see the blue team try to acknowledge her reses more so they can deny that and give them the further advantage.
Very, very true. But also at the same time, Reliable Res does seem to be sticking on the Mercy for Watch Point Gibraltar, which is the correct pick when you're playing with a sniper composition. Because if your sniper's picked off, you want to have that res on the ready to res them back up, give them another opportunity to pick off the enemy sniper. But also the damage boost on a Widowmaker can be so pivotal in killing easy kills, getting faster kills, and making your Widow look better than you.
Absolutely, and I agree with that. And it looks like for Watch for Gibraltar, we're going to have a Widow duel with Dragoon actually taking the Widow. It sounds like he heard you, huh, Tyler? With Cronaldo's pulling up the Widow as well. They're actually going to get pocketed by a reliable res on the blue team. But for the red team, looks like they're going to go with the Moira and the Zen. So Dragoon's not going to get a pocket on this one.
Exactly. A double sniper composition coming from the blue team definitely means a slower pace of play until they can get these picks. But we'll see how it works out because this first fight will take place on the bridge, and these snipers being positioned on the bridge will have very little room to get out. And I'm very, very worried about Mias' positioning here because if something goes wrong, that Hanzo will have a real struggle to escape.
Yeah, and definitely a lot of team play is required here, a lot of communication needed. Looks like they're taking the high dive on the drawbridge with Monorail. They're already commanding the high ground, and with the red team on the low ground, it looks like they're trying to just push the payload right now with Dragoon in the back, trying to make some picks along with the Zen from spawn. D.Va is actually going to dive Zen in the back line, and Wumbo is going to try to murder the Widow here, and does he make it? They're still struggling. Granada goes down, and Mercy goes down from the blue team, so red team's going to have the advantage here. They're going to be able to push the payload.
Exactly. Petticoat Pirate opting to go after that Zen who was defenses on the high ground, but at the same time, Monorail decided, I'm going to go peel for my own team. Without Petticoat Pirate's defense matrix, Monorail struggled and died immediately. But otherwise, it's pretty good peeling out from the side of the blue team. I like to see a little bit better. And we'll have one more contest here going on the Zen. Absolutely.
So there we go, Winston with the no jumps. Dragoon is completely uncontested up there, able to... Dragoon, there we go. Dragoon took out the Zenyatta. Very good pick. And now D.Va's going to go ahead and deal with Dragoon. And blue team falls, and red team wins this exchange, taking the first point.
Exactly. This is what I wanted to see when I said Dragoon should play the Widowmaker, show his team hit scam sides Tracer, and he's doing a good job. Holding good position and getting good picks on that Zenyatta. Very, very important. But
very
going to the second point, the Brigida from the red team is preventing the blue team from really diving the point because the Brigida is so powerful at countering this dive.
This Dragon's coming out on payload, trying to zone the enemy team. Actually lands on the Zenyatta, which is a very good pick. But blue team is scattered all over the place, so they're going to need to reconvene real quick because red is really condensed and they're working as a unit. But it looks like they're doing that right now with the Valkyrie. They're going to try to hold this ramp up here with Monorail diving up, trying to deny high space on the high ground. Rally comes up from the Brigitte on the red team, and they're going to move in pretty slowly here, which they should go with, countered by the trance. So blue should go ahead and take advantage of this. Takes out Cronaldo from Brave PLM. And now it's just a big brawl happening here. Blue's kind of retreating a little bit, giving red the space that they need, and that enables Wumbo to go ahead and rage into the back line, splitting the team up entirely and padding that attack with the Trank, and a Dragon comes out. The bomb comes in from red, lands on Myas and Zenyatta, which is going to help the red team push it even more. But so blue team is going to really have to focus. Hopefully that D.Va bomb is good for something. It does not land. And looks like Monorail's just all by himself trying to fight it all out. Does a good jump, trying to save himself. Reliable res goes down with 2 of the tanks remaining. And live Baby D.Va goes down, and red takes point E.
Seed is very much impressing me in this map with his D.Va bombs, his D.Va play, and his Zarya tank play this game.
Yeah, he's doing really well. I'm really impressed with that, and the team's definitely taking advantage of that.
It does seem like the blue team is struggling with this Brigida countering all of their dives. So they do make the switch up to the Reinhardt to attempt to hold the point rather than dive the point. We'll see if it works out for him. Brigida is already close to another rally, which it's like she just had 3 seconds ago.
She just have it, and now she's at 96%. That means she's giving a lot of value to her team and making the connections where she needs. D.Va's up there trying to fight it out with Zed and Wumbo, but Zed gets demech and Rally. There's that Rally from Student. This guy is on fire. He's doing really well this match. He's making Ryan back up. They're not fighting the Brigade. They're not challenging her at all. They're respecting her a little too much. I really think they should go forward a little bit more. And there goes up Pulse from Canal, goes down with Brave PLM taking that kill. Wumbo is back there all by himself fighting the blue team. And he gets hooked by Myas. Myas actually swapped to an off tank. So the payload is coming really close. Dragoon is uncontested, trying to fight the other Baby D.Va down there. Looks like red's gonna back off.
A very, very brawly composition out from the blue team right now with the Reinhardt, D.Va, and Roadhog. They have a huge HP. Huge
shatter from Monorail. I love it. Very nicely done. And he's charged into a post, but he didn't make it, and Brave PLM takes him out with the 6 versus 5 in favor of the red team. Rally again from Student Owlet. That's the 3rd one in a minute. He's doing so well. And they got the blue team all spread out. And there comes a D.Va bomb from red. It doesn't connect. It connects with the supports. So red team is going to have full advantage pushing the payload. They're actually going to take this point. Oh my goodness, Tyler.
There's a little bit of stagger left, maybe with this D.Va. D.Va's taken out first. They're body blocking the doorway. Very, very well played from the D.Va there to hold the doorway, along with Steve, to prevent any sort of contest on the point. Very,
absolutely. Very well done on that team. Once they had the momentum, they just went with it, gave them that space, and the other team willingly gave them that space. They got to stand their ground more if they want to stop that payload.
Most definitely. Monorail did get a huge shatter there on the third point, but it did seem like his eyes were too big for his stomach, and there was no team to follow up with him. So he ended up being by himself trying to swing through his hammer, but it wasn't enough damage, and he got punished for it.
Yep, and that's okay. But now he'll be on the opposite side. Which is Monorail would be attacking or defending? Correct me if I'm wrong, Tyler.
Monorail will be attacking right now.
Monorail will be attacking, so he'll definitely be able to show off his offensive skills as his main. It's okay. Just take it off, Monorail. You're good to go. I've seen you in your other game. You've shown that you have the skill. I believe in you, man. You're good.
We do see Mia's bring out the Genji again. I've seen very little of the Genji play tonight, and I'm excited to see if Genji can take advantage of these high grounds and get these big blades to secure these points. I'm not really too jazzed about the Moira with the dive composition, especially on this map. Reliable Res is going to struggle to get those heals off when the tanks dive in super deep. Of course, you can throw the Moira orb, but that's not very much. It runs out, and then your healing is done. And the other diva can just eat the orb. You're out of heals. Your tanks are going to suffer. I'd much prefer to see some other heals like a Mercy or something else.
Or maybe an Ana. I haven't seen any Ana play from any of these teams yet. Oh, actually, speaking of Ana, Brave PLM is coming out with an Ana. It looks like they're going to go 2 main healers to solidify their top ground position. But I do agree with the reliable res pick of the Moira not being effective for the current composition, because once they leave Moira, she's going to be left exposed, and the red team's able to capitalize on that. They're going to lose their main healer.
Absolutely. Brave PLM going to show some of his mechanical support play here. Definitely played DPS in the earlier match, now showing versatility on support heroes. We'll see if his Ana is equally as good to his other.
Oh, what a shot from Brave PLM, sending Myas off to Mars, and there he goes. You won't see him for another 10 seconds. Is Blue going to be pushing it? It looks like they're just going to hold that corner while Red capitalizes on this loss. D-Mex Diva and tries to zap it, but can't really quite connect. Then Blue should actually back off and try to do a hard reset here, because all they're doing is just delaying the payload.
Most definitely. That early pick from Brave PLM seems like the universe speaking to me, as I just talked about his DPS play in the last game. His mechanical skill and aim is very, very good. Able to play an Ana in a way that supports his team and can eliminate other teams. Very, very impressive.
Very, very impressive indeed. And with red team holding the high ground, the blue team, we're going to have to make sure they don't get picked. Monorail's going all by himself really deep, trying to make sure he gets Dragoon. He gets antied from Ana, tries to make that escape, which he successfully does. But then Diva takes his place, but the red team doesn't know that the payload's actually being pushed. Student Owlet takes out Sombra, and they're brawling on the payload right now. Red holding really well with 3 characters on the high ground, takes out Monorail. Looks like blue team's gonna have to back off from this, but they're making sure that they get a Diva Bomb, which lands on Zenyatta, which is gonna stagger them even more. They're gonna have to back off here and hopefully do a full regroup.
Most definitely. And you definitely see the red team taking advantage of that high ground control. On this map, it's so important to control this high ground on the blue box area, and then you can spam damage down and take good position the entire time, which is what they're doing. But one Boopolis goes down early, which could be pivotal without having that Winston to create the space and give the shields for the later fight.
Absolutely, and the Winston went down for the red team, but the Riptire comes out from the red team, going to the server room and connects with Cronaldo, so it's an even 5-5 fight right now. Monorail go ahead and tries to land on Dragoon, but then he gets contested by Diva. Took out Dragoon, got exactly what he wanted with the Coalescence, padding the offense. Diva's really low right now, but got nanoed by the Ana, and she's going to be charging into the blue team with the red Winston coming in and helping him out. Looks like the defense is good. It's just a big old brawl right now with everyone everywhere, trying to make sure that everyone stays alive and they get the kills. Here comes a blade from Myas and an EMP from Sombra. Wumbo goes down with Myas connecting with Dragoon, Raven, Impulse, and my kill feed just lights up. Everyone's dead on the red team, and blue team takes the first point.
Very well played from the blue team. Myas recognizing that the EMP is out. Dragon Blade needs to happen right now, and I need to be big for my team right now, because the EMP Dragon Blade was the win condition for their team, and they made it happen. Very, very close first point, though. It's struggle for every inch. Red team is not giving them any free space, and red team has the tire going forward. That tire could be pivotal, shutting down an early point, which comes out right now.
And there's that tire. Hopefully he finds Monorail, and finds Monorail. Easy kill will be... And if they should capitalize on this right now, red team should go and get the backline. But looks like they're just going to allow them to push the payload a little bit. And Sombra goes and tries to hack and translocates back to safe ground. Doofus trying to make a flank here and leaving the supports open and vulnerable. But Myas takes out Student. Aleg with Winston should be coming back right now. And there he is. He's going to be jumping in right about... Oh, and Myas gets a huge pick off of Mercy. And Dragoon gets hacked from the Sombra. everyone is just trying to make sure that all the other position characters are gone. There's 3 of them on the Winston, which goes down, and they'll be connecting back on the payload, and the Diva Bomb comes out from Red Diva, takes out Cronaldo and Petticoat, which is a really good kill, and Brave PLM takes out Dr. Professor Oak, leaving the blue team required to reset.
Myas is definitely impressing me on this Doomfist. He gets the pick onto the Mercy, and then the Winston player, Monorail, pops his Primal Blades just to solo Primal Myas, but Myas decides, you know what? I'm gonna kill Wombo too. And he commits so much, there's so many resources committed to killing this Doomfist, it doesn't work out at all.
Absolutely. Oh, and Zed makes a play on Cronaldo again. Cronaldo's getting contested a lot and doesn't really succeed in his plays. Maybe we should consider switching to another character who can make more impact. As of right now, the red team's on top of the rocket ship, commanding that top ground, just like point A, where the blue team is just getting rained on by Junkrat bullets, and Dragoons just has all the space that he needs, making all the shots that he wants. Blue team's kind of confused right now, but Monaro makes that play, and he tries to contest the Diva and push the payload forward, but Diva gets nanoed, and EMP comes out from Cronaldo with a Trank and a Coalescence from blue team, and Myas takes out one of their main supports. Cronaldo takes out McCree. There's a tire coming out from Student Oleg. He's looking for support. He got Dr. Professor Oak and Myas, the 2 heroes that started this first push, but that's probably not going to be enough because when Wumbo got hacked and they're still fighting on the payload with just Junkrat. Student Oleg trying to stall as long as he can, but does not succeed, and blue team takes point 2.
The red team definitely had the superior position on that map, but blue team said, you know what? You might have a better position, but we're just going to push the point as far as we can, forcing the red team to make a decision. And the decision was punished by the blue team capitalizing, going big, getting a big EMP, and finishing the point.
Absolutely, and I really love the plays that I'm seeing here. Red team has the high ground, and blue team, they don't just sit there and let it happen. They actually do something about it, and that's what's getting them to point C. And I'm interested to see what's going to happen on this one.
Myas does make the switch off the Doomfist onto the Soldier, playing so many characters in this map. We'll see if he plays a smart Soldier, takes advantage of the high ground, and rotates up the stairs. But it seems like right now he's content just to stay on the low ground and spam damage. Ronaldo down early though, Diva Bomb out.
And the bomb goes out, it doesn't connect. Blue team's kind of stuck in the corner, but Myas gets taken out by a Student Oleg. Blue team's going to have to retreat on this one, but the Diva's actually by herself. Let's see if we can actually get her to D-Mech. No, she's in the safety of her team and won't be able to. Blue team has to reset.
I'm not too sure about the Soldier pick, because the Soldier can be a good character to play, but only if you can capitalize on the high ground and make sure that your Soldier is pocketed the entire time. Without playing a Mercy or Anna to pocket your Soldier, he's going to have a tough time doing really anything, especially with the Matrix out from C to really shut him down. I'm not too sure how it's going to work out, but they decide they trust this Soldier, they'll stay on it, and they'll go with it going forward.
Absolutely, and they want the Soldier to capitalize on his kit. They're going to have to cover his advance all the way up to the perch there, right where the payload is on the right-hand side in order to make the most of. But Farah is playing the corner really well, staying out of Myas' line of sight while she has no contest whatsoever. There's a Trank in the backline because of the Winston Rage, and actually takes out Wombo. So they're going to go ahead and push the payload with a nanoed Mercy, who's Discord, who gets gone, finish, and Monorail gets slept, but he gets waken up by the red team. Is going to be able to rampage as much as he wants. Blue team is making really good progress with the payload here. With Brave PLM all by herself on the right, will they be able to take her out? They take her out. That's going to be good. Wombo's coming in and try to contest. Student LA gets hacked by Cronaldo. Good one, and she blows herself up on rocket. Raven Impulse almost got the res, but it got EMP'd. Wasn't able to make that res. She still has a Valkyrie active though. Wombo's trying his best to contest. This Diva Bomb coming in. This actually could be huge. And he only gets Wombo. And Dragoon tried to Deadeye, but Myas got him square in the face. He couldn't do it. And now they're coming up with stall count. May is trying to stall. There's Myas with that attack visor. Gets Student Leg and Zed. Blue is going to be able to push this all the way through with 26 seconds left to spare. Good job, guys.
Very, very good job finishing out the map. Definitely a struggle there. They lost track on killing their targets. They were killing the Winston. The Winston managed to survive longer than they would have wanted to. But in the end, they made it work out, and Myas got value out of that Soldier 76 pick, which surprises me. But if Soldier's working, I definitely love that character, so I appreciate seeing him.
Absolutely, and Soldier's such a challenge to play in this meta. Even though his blaster got nerfed just a little bit, Myas made a lot out of a little, and that shows what a really good player can do given the circumstances you have with the kit that you have. I believe Myas is a very good contender for being picked up this season.
Exactly. Myas also shooting the Farah now, showing probably the 5th character of this map. And if Myas' Farah is equally good, I could see that being a very, very flexible DPS player. From the side of Red Team, now we do see a Junkrat defense as the first time. The Junkrat defense is okay. It's hard to really land these Junkrat mines because Gibraltar has so many far sight lines that you have trouble landing these mines from so far away. But if Student Alec is feeling confident and feeling comfortable, definitely a good pick. They do stay on blue.
Go ahead.
The blue team does bring out their duck composition with the Mercy and Moira without a defensive ultimate, which can be a struggle because when Dragoon brings out his soldier ultimate, there's something to counter that. But they opt, you know what, Moira Mercy is our picks. We're comfortable on those, and that's something that's completely okay at these lower elos.
Definitely, and that's something we would want to see. Want to make sure that they can capitalize and keep their teammates alive, as only blue team only has 1 minute to push. Coronado is going to try to do that hack again, going into the back line. Myas is able to get Brave PLM, but Brave PLM actually throws a dart to her face, and no one wins, but Myas actually gets up, and Brave PLM gets up, so it's a 6 versus 6 once again, which good reses on both sides. Myas is trying to throw rockets into Dragoon's face to make sure that she can be uncontested, but Myas actually loses her stuff, and it's gone.
On the flight cooldown there, that definitely cost Myas the life there, but it happens to the best of us. Sometimes we forget how much jet fuel you have in our tank and we fall down the map, but gotta do better going forward.
It's okay. I'm very confident that Myas will be able to pick himself back up. Red team is still commanding the high ground, and the payload is uncontested at this point, but Zed is going to make sure that we can contest that payload. And the Diva Bomb comes out, and it does not land, but he gets DMAC. Coronado goes out by Dragoon once again. Everyone fighting on the payload. They want to make sure they don't push it. They cannot push it. But there's a big brawl going on the payload right now with the Rip Tire coming up from Red Team. Student Alec is going to land this one. It lands on Reliable Res and the Winston Monorail, so that means they're down one main support. It's a big brawl on the point. Coronado takes out Diva Mech with a Diva Mech and an EMP. That's going to be big. They took out one boy and Student Alec with Blue, with Diva and Moira fighting on the point. Zed is by herself, and Dragoon is coming in with the last minute attack visor. Gets DM'd. It doesn't really it connects with Moira and the Pharah, but it's still anyone's game right now as they're 3-on-3 on the payload right now. Reliable Res is tilted in their favor with a 4. Brave PLM took out the Diva Mech. Dragoon is trying his best to get all the picks he can. Blue team is using cover very, very well while they're waiting for the tanks to come back. Valkyrie coming out from the red team. Very good move right there, trying to pad their defense. Lumbo's coming back, trying to make sure he got the space. Student Alec takes out Sombra once again. Nanoed Diva. This is just a mess. Student Alec got 2 picks, 3 picks on all the supports and stops Team Blue dead in their tracks. Good hold on Team Red.
A great hold, but a very, very hard fought push for the blue team. I'm very, very impressed by Ronaldo's use of the Sombra. I think that he has been consistent the entire night doing his EMPs and those hacks off the combo with the rest of his team. And being Sombra being the meta character that she is right now, providing a lot of value to this team. And Student Alex, Farah coming out here and doing so much work every single map, getting those barrages up, getting those good direct hits, doing so much damage. Very, very impressed by those two.
Absolutely, and what a show it's been tonight with both teams very, very well placed against each other. Myas making plays, Coronado making plays, along with Student Alec and Dragoon making plays. These are very good players that just need good homes, and I think they will find homes.
I think so too. These are absolute playmakers from every position, from the tank, DPS, and support line. They're playmakers. They know how to play their roles. They just need a coach to push them in the right direction to hit that next level, to get to platinum. For these players, the 2100 average SR, they want to hit platinum, they want to hit diamond, they want to get to majors maybe next season. And I think a good coach can definitely push the mechanical skill of these players to the next level.
Absolutely, and not only DPS players, but me as a tank by myself. I think the tanks are doing a really great job creating space that the DPS need, and also the supports, giving them health when they need to, staying out of position, not getting picked off as they're doing really, really well. I think everyone here deserves a home after tonight.
Absolutely. Dragoon making an early flank on the Tracer. No one really noticed, but the Wambaplas goes in early with the Winston to cover him.
Oh man, and Wamba takes a Reliable Res and Myas takes a Raven Impulse. Looks like it's a 4-4 fight right now. The blue team holding good on the high ground. They're trying to go with the Bastion right now. Student is trying to heal, try to get some high ground here, get the advantage. And Dragoon is just running around trying to go back there, trying to get Cronaldo. And Bastion is able to take out Widow. They have 3 minutes to push this payload, only 30 more meters. But with the Bastion comp, they might be able to.
Very, very interesting to run the Bastion composition without the pirate ship setup. To just run the Bastion as a DPS character. But Student Alec is making it work and getting a ton of damage down, so I can't complain.
Absolutely. And the blue team needs to stick together, need to get on the payload real quick, or Red's going to take this. Doofus is just hiding the little alcove right there. He's going to get taken up pretty soon. Visor comes out, and Wumbo tries to dive the Widow and puts her out of position without all coming out from Student alike. And Red takes this point, giving them the W. Good job.
Well played. A lot of characters shown by both sides. A lot of players trying to show their versatility and how they can play the characters, and really showing to coaches why they should be picked up and why they're good enough on so many characters to get picked up for a team. And also why they're coachable, why they're team players.
And I believe they are, and most of these players are coming back from this is their second round of Showcase, and they've adapted really well to all the compositions that have shown up. It really shows that everyone has been communicating really well, and they want to get better in a 6 versus 6 environment, and some of them might be even their first. So I really do see a lot of potential with everybody. I'm really impressed by everybody.
You're so right, Brett. These games can be so intimidating for newer players who haven't played on a team environment or a competitive environment like this before. You could be nervous, have nerves, be scared, intimidated. These players are showing that they can also show up in their skills even when the nerves and the stakes are high and when they're trying to impress others. So I'm very, very impressed. But as I say that is the last matchup for the weekend, the last showcase matchup, the last minors thing. I hope the coaches out there got a good look at all the players available on the free agent market. I hope the coaches saw what they're looking for, and they saw the players they want to try out going forward. Brett, I think that we have something coming up next week that you might want to talk about.
Absolutely. So after the free agent showcase, the coaches are going to make their decisions and battle it out behind the scenes to decide who is going to be on their team. And for those that are on the free agents, myself included, the draft is going to be on December 6th, and the results will be announced around 6 p.m. Eastern, provided any other logistics. So that's something to look forward to. Preseason begins December 15th with the first stage starting in January, and this is going to be a really fun one. As a former participant of Season 1, with Tyler being actually my former coach, it's been a lot of fun playing an Owlet, and you really do grow as a player, and I really applaud everybody for signing up and showing exactly what it is that they can do, because you can only get better from it.
Absolutely. So the next time you can see us doing the draft will be December 6th. That'll be streamed. You'll get to see all the teams being created, to see which team, if you're a player, you get drafted to. It'll be a great time. It'll be much, much better organized than last year. It'll be a group perfect, great production. I hope to see you all there. And I think that's all we got, Brett.
Yeah, that's all we got. Thank you so much for allowing the opportunity to be casting with you, and I'd like to thank all the admins, and for those out there participating in Owlet, give your admins a shout out. They have worked so hard to put all this together, and it's gone so well. They've done such an excellent job, so hats off to the admin team.
Hats off to the admin. Great game to all the players, and we hope to see you guys in the upcoming Owlet season.
All right, good night, guys.
Good night.